Moo. Hello everyone and welcome to WarCows. This is Augury, your middle-aged aunt who still plays video games. Today we are in Sims 4 yet again, and we are looking at Byron vs. Trash Part 8. This episode is called Terrible Progress. And while that could be a theme for Byron's life in general, in this specific case, we are kind of combining the idea of the terrible twos and everybody making some progress to some extent, even though a lot of it is basically terrible. As you can see, the terrible twos part of this comes in with Simon, Byron's strange little green child who is angry most of the time. The only time he isn't angry is when he's making a mess, as he's doing right here, or when he is dancing. And most of the time he's not dancing. He really does love making his messes. Before we get too far into this, we here at WarCows would really like for you to subscribe. We would love for you to like our video and leave comments. If you enjoy the content, hit the bell, and so every time we post new content, you can get it. Also, follow us on Twitter at CowsWar. And I guess now it is time to go ahead and get on with the story. Elle is not bothered at all by any of the messes that Simon makes. She basically ignores them, like she basically ignores all those seed packets that the gnomes drop. Right now, she is busy doing flashcards with Simon, teaching him about the different types of grilled cheese sandwiches that she wants to eat. Because that's basically all Elle talks about anymore. She has gone from being obsessed with the idea of consuming the flesh of her husband to being obsessed with the idea of consuming absolutely every grilled cheese sandwich she can get her hands on. But more about that later. Let's talk a little bit more about Simon. Our little future Jackson Pollock was born with two traits. Well, actually one of them I assigned to him when he turned a toddler. He was born with one of them. His toddler trait that he received with the randomness that I hit was fussy. And as you can see, fussy is not the best trait in the world to have. He tends to be irritable and he cries a lot and he throws a lot of fits. And he wants to be noticed. Actually, anytime he is making the messes, he will actually kind of get out of his horrible mood that he's in most of the time, which is helpful. But for the most part, he's stuck with this for the rest of his life. Fussy. Great. Yay. The other thing we have here is weak bloodline. Now, I was a little bit disappointed with this, but it's technically my own fault. I assumed that Elle had a bloodline trait. She didn't. I should have realized this whenever I was looking at her traits before. I should have noticed that she didn't have anything at all. But, okay, here we are. Elle has no bloodline trait. Byron didn't have one, so basically, at this point, Simon just has a weak bloodline trait. But that's okay, because I'll just marry him off to somebody who has a bloodline trait. Eventually, we are going to get that magic to the ancient bloodline. It's just going to take a few generations, and one more generation than I thought it was going to. But it's okay. Assuming that Simon doesn't end up in prison before then, we should be pretty good. Several videos ago, I talked about how if Bess called Byron, he was probably going to start falling for this, pyramid scam thing that she's running. And she finally did call him. And while I really wanted to have him say no, I had to stay in character here. So, of course, Byron is going to give her the simoleon. And within a couple of weeks, he's probably going to have given her like 10,000 simoleons. This is probably going to be the reason why the family goes bankrupt again. But I had to keep in character. It's just, I had to. Speaking of Byron, he has started his new job, and this is what he wears to work. Byron is very happy about this outfit because it has a hat, and we all know how much Byron loves his hats. He was absolutely thrilled to put it on, and most of the time when he's at home now, he wanders around in the outfit still. This particular career is one of those ones where you have options to either go directly to work or stay home and work on projects. I'm going to try to do a little bit of a half and half with Byron because I think that actually makes jobs like this a little bit more interesting. Here we see him actually working on one of his assignments, he was just to basically do some upgrades on the house. So, okay, the thing about this particular career is that you're going to want to do it before you actually have your house fully upgraded with stuff. Otherwise, you're going to have to just start replacing appliances, which will probably get pretty annoying. Unfortunately, there are aspects of the career that Byron isn't doing all that well. For someone who's supposed to be working on the environment, as you can see, the trash bin in the backyard is just as messy as it possibly can be. And 2 of our windmills are actually just about to set on fire. So, not the best start to the career, but he's doing okay. I mean, you know, it's not that bad. And like I said, he gets to wear a hat. And for Byron, that is probably the most important thing. He'll probably try to keep the job just because he thinks he's going to get better hats as the job continues. Byron is also trying very hard to try to be part of his son's education. As you see here, he is sitting down with him to try to teach him how to say some words. Kite. Fight. No, kite. Bite. No. Kite. Spite. No. Kite. Smite. I'm not even sure I understand what those last couple of words meant. Oh well, Byron, at least you're trying. I mean, most of the time, Elle is just sort of sitting there in her rocking chair, just kind of knitting and thinking about grilled cheese, and not necessarily really getting involved at all with her son's education. Although she does, as I said, occasionally stand next to some mess and, give him flashcards about grilled cheese sandwiches. But, that's not really anything that he's interested in when it gets right down to it. He's not. Oh, the flash of light that you saw at the little baby toilet was actually Byron cleaning it with magic. Byron loves to clean that little baby toilet with magic, and I'm sure that it's probably a whole lot less awful than trying to go over there and clean it by hand. So again, another way that it helps to be a magic user in this game. Seriously. One of the things that you have to do with the grilled cheese aspiration is to talk to people about grilled cheese a lot. So I decided that Elle was going to start a cult. I went back to the old reliable group option on Sims 4 Get Together, which is a pack that we've all had for years. And I'm going to make her a group, a club, that basically functions to talk about grilled cheese. Actually talking about grilled cheese and doing stuff with grilled cheese is one of the options under the food. See, all things grilled cheese. And so that's actually something you can do there. If you've never actually done a club, I really encourage you to do it because it's one of the more powerful options that you have with your Sims. As you start accumulating points with clubs, you can keep adding various activities that the club will give benefits to, and you can really skill these people very quickly. I'm going to give it to Simon whenever he becomes a child and just have him join some little kid club, or actually create a little kid club for him so that he's controlling it, so that I can actually kind of, for one thing, hopefully make the child friends, and also be able to really improve his skilling as fast as I possibly can. It also gives your Sims just something extra to do, which is good. I mean, so far, Elle was just sitting around the house and eating grilled cheese and, occasionally writing something, but she really wasn't doing it that often. This way, we're actually kind of going to have her to have something to where she can really, focus on other people and, well, in this case, specifically try to indoctrinate them into her cult of cheese. She's probably going to put her little, sage friends in there with her. Yeah, let's go ahead and put those people in there. Yeah, that one. And, yeah, let's go ahead and put a Caliente in there, because why not? We always want to put a Caliente in places. And some rich people. And Johnny Zest. No, not Johnny Zest. That cat girl. Yeah, that's the start of our club. Maybe we can actually put Johnny in there next time. Anyway, so this is how our club is going to look for now. And I think this is going to work out pretty well. It actually will give Elle a focus for things that so far she doesn't have. And that's good. Now, as far as hangouts are concerned, I decided to go ahead and build a structure for her. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Temple of the Wedge. It is a temple designed to look like a giant piece of cheddar cheese. I think that this is the perfect place for Elle to conduct her meetings and to eat her food. Inside, you will see that we have a bunch of pictures of grilled cheese, and we have some yellow benches, and we have a little place to cook, and we have a bathroom, and that's pretty much all we have. Because, well, and a pool outside that's supposed to look like dripping cheese. But anyway, this is all you need in a club like this, because this is what you're supposed to focus on. Just eating grilled cheese and talking about grilled cheese and looking at grilled cheese. That's all it's pretty much going to be. Here we have the program for a typical service at the Temple of the Wedge. As you see, the sermon is going to be by Sister Elle. The songs that they're going to be singing are Bringing in the Cheese, What a Friend We Have in Cheeses, and A Closer Walk with Cheese. And then Eating of Grilled Cheese Sandwich Fellowship to follow. And that's pretty much how all the services go, but the people who worship there wouldn't have it any other way. Brothers and sisters of the cheese, I am here to tell you, I was a lost woman. I was stuck in a pit of curses, wanting to consume human flesh, wanting to destroy my marriage and to destroy my life. But then everything changed when a grilled cheese sandwich, a humble grilled cheese sandwich, was presented to me. My loving husband brought this sandwich to me, and he set it down in front of me, and he said, "Try this sandwich." And I tried it. And when I tried this sandwich, a revelation of goodness and warmth and stickiness and smushiness and gushiness and everything that is the perfection of a grilled cheese sandwich was given to me. And I was a changed woman. My life had been a folly of other foods and of cannibalism. But that's not how my life needed to be. Oh no. What I needed in my life, brothers and sisters, was a grilled cheese sandwich. And then another one. And then another one. And then another one. And then another one until the day that I die. After the sermon, of course, Elle goes around and eats grilled cheese sandwiches and talks to her congregation about grilled cheese sandwiches and, spreads the word of grilled cheese sandwiches, and they all look at the various pictures of grilled cheese sandwiches across the room, and they eat some more grilled cheese sandwiches, and they talk about various different types of cheese to put on the grilled cheese sandwiches. And, for the most part, well, okay, that's basically what they do. It's just all about grilled cheese sandwiches. I mean, so far, no plans to conquer the world. Nobody's hoarding weapons. Nothing like that. This is just good, innocent fun about grilled cheese sandwiches. We'll see how it goes in a couple of episodes. But for right now, a little weird. But, compared to some of the other stuff Ella's been doing, it's not that bad. So, I think she's kind of in a good place. I forgot to mention that there was one other time when Simon is actually kind of cute and easy to deal with, and that is when he is asleep. As you can see here, as he's sleeping on this couch, he looks absolutely adorable. And I think that all of the exhaustion of everybody making progress that was essentially terrible progress has, it's been a lot for him. And I think it's been a lot for me too. So I think this is about where I'm going to leave you for this episode. Again, thank you for joining us here at WarCows. I am Augury, and I really appreciate everybody's continual support of the channel. We would love for you to like and subscribe and follow us on Twitter at CowsWar. And in the meantime, as I said, all the footage here is produced by WarCows, and everything was written and narrated by Augury. The setup of everything itself, of course, is done by Sims 4. And until next time, happy simming.